Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I hope all is well with you. So, we're covering another story time, as you can tell by the title. We're finishing up the part 2 of the Black Tinder Swindler. Forgive me, y'all. I have recorded it and StreamYard deleted it. I was just so annoyed. And then I had other stuff going on, so I haven't been able to come back. But here we are with part 2, and there's updates. So I'm trying to get through this one so I can keep y'all abreast as to what's going on. Since I did do a lot of commentary in the last video and it got deleted, I'm kind of over it at this point. Not over it, but and you can tell I kind of don't have a voice much. I'm losing my voice, so I won't be giving too much commentary. I'm just gonna let the video play, and I'll give my commentary at the end. But I won't be really doing much stopping and going and giving my commentary as it goes like I usually do. So, without further ado, we're gonna get into this video. Um, Let me bring Miss Camille up onto the stage because she got the rest of the story to tell. So, again, y'all won't be hearing much from me, but let's get into it. Oh, another
So
thing.
when that
I apologize. One more thing. The last video at the end, I told you guys I would start from 13 on, but what I realized was that during 11, it got cut off, and I know exactly what happened because I was questioning whether it did get cut off at the time. But after watching it, it was confirmed that it got cut off and it switched to video 12 early. So I'm going to actually start from video 11 and then play it all the way through so that it's seamless. So without further ado, let's go.
happened, his best friend was sitting in the living room on the couch. And I saw his face and he looked really uncomfortable. But he also looked like maybe a light bulb went off in his like a light bulb went off, because I just remember his face. And I'm just thinking, like, why would you say let's have a baby? Like, what, you think we're gonna be intimate in the bedroom, your friends, like right outside? He's in a junior, like, one bedroom. Like, it's really like 400 square, like, it's a really small apartment. And it was just very strange. I mean, he was on all fours on the bed too, with his tongue hanging out like a dog. It was the strangest thing. And again, he jokes around all the time, but it was strange. And again, like, I don't know, maybe that's like 8, 9, so 2 months already. So maybe that's like within the 3rd month of us, being together, and only like a month after he told me what his real name was. So that was extremely strange. So his best friend is supposed to be getting married. And Byron was like not the best man, but Byron was gonna plan out the bachelor party. And it was, what did he want to do? He wanted to do like zip lining and some other stuff. It wasn't anything like wild. It wasn't going to be like a wild bachelor party. His friend wasn't like that. So they were just going to do like zip lining or something. It was whatever Byron really wanted to do, whatever he thought would be cool. So I met the best friend's fiance. I thought she was really cool. I liked her. And then all of a sudden, he tells me one day that he got uninvited. Well, we got uninvited from the wedding. And I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, why would you get uninvited from the wedding when you're his best friend? So he was like, his fiance, she doesn't like me. She doesn't like the relationship that we have, that we're so close. She's jealous. And and so you know, he just like, I'm no longer in the wedding. I'm like, so I mean, are you guys just not friends anymore? I'm assuming, like, no, not friends anymore either. And they had a business together too. And so he really quickly took his name off of the business and sent Byron like all of the stuff from LegalZoom like ASAP. He just mailed it to him. Really, within that week, he had it. Like, his best friend did not play. And then that was it. And so then I'm like, wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. How is he your best friend of 4 years and then he's just not your friend anymore? Something's wrong. Like, something's off. And so then I hit the best friend up. And I'm like, can you tell me like what happened? Like, this doesn't sound right. Like why would you just not be his friend anymore? Like, didn't he just so Byron is also a wedding photographer, okay? Also an actor, a wedding photographer, and a veteran. So his thing was doing wedding photography. And so he took their engagement shoot. And so I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, you just did your engagement shoot. Like, this doesn't sound right. And so I'm like, is there something I need to know? And his best friend was just like, I'm so sorry. He goes, I'm so sorry that I had to retract our invitation. And wow, like, Byron really does have a good woman. He really does have a good woman. And I can't remember what all the rest he said. I probably have that message too, because I never delete anything. Sorry, my videos keep getting cut off because I'm running out of storage. All right, so he was just like, yeah, he really has a good woman. And then he said, but kindly do not contact me again, out of respect, like, for his wife. He was like, out of respect for my wife, please do not contact me again. And I was just like, okay. Like, I hate that. Like, I know guys, like, you guys aren't messy, but like, if someone asks you, is something wrong? Like, is there something that I need to know? Just say it. You're not going to be friends with him anymore. Like, honestly, like, just say it. Dude, you're getting married. It's not like it. I mean, if it's a red flag, if there's something that, obviously there's something that you realize to where you literally cut your entire friendship off with him. And I'm asking you, is there something that I need to know? Like, this doesn't make sense. What happened? And you don't even say anything? Like, it would have been nice to know. It would have. I'm kind of upset at them about that, to be honest with you. I am. But I mean, it is what it is. Because, oh, that's what happened. Byron had asked me not to tell his best friend about Big Bear. And I asked him, I said, why don't you want me to tell him about Big Bear? And he's like, well, only because I haven't told him about it yet. And I'm like, okay, but I mean, what's the big deal? So after, I mean, he moved out. Now we're together. So I did mention Big Bear to his friend. I did. And with that, so right after that is when the friendship dissolved. So now he only has 2 friends out of state. One is an ex-military buddy. One is from high school, I think, because he didn't go to college. One of his high school friends. And again, that guy lives out of state. I don't even know the last time Byron ever saw him. And then his veteran buddy that he would see like off and on. And that dude lived like in Arizona. So that's it. And then his one friend, PK Mackey, who I think the second video that I posted, that's her. So that's like the last friend that he has. 3 friends, only one in state. Doesn't sound right, does it? No. So, yeah, that happened. So the next video I'm going to talk about is about to get deep, and I have to be really careful about what I say because kids are involved. So there's going to be some stuff that I'm going to leave out, and you guys are just going to have to kind of figure it out because yeah, it's like wild. This man's secrets are so dark and deep, it's scary. It's like scary because it doesn't make sense. These little things. Why not tell me you have a spoof number? Because there's more to it. There's more to it. There's a lot of things, stupid things that he would lie about. And you're like, why would you even lie about that? Because there's always more to it. That's why. And I didn't figure that out until after I ran for my life and left him. And that's when I figured that out. And that is the scariest part. That is the scariest part. You literally do not know who this guy is at all. I don't even think I think his family knows some stuff, but I don't think they really, I know they know some stuff. I do, because some stuff is off, but I don't think they know how bad it is or how dark it is or deep it is. I don't think they really know that. I don't. They know there's something's wrong. They know that. They know how he is. They grew up with him. But I don't know if they know to the extent of how much it's grown, because he hides himself pretty well. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready for work. And thankfully, I have 2 phones, so I can still record on the other phone and download TikTok on that one. And so it's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. But we are going to get through this. And today's my Friday. So why not we do a little commercial? Do you guys, I love this Suja immunity from, I get it at Costco. I love Costco, especially since they didn't do any DEI rollbacks. Okay? They stay true to themselves. And he's giving everybody a raise. God bless that man. God bless that man. Because what company really cares about their employees? Like, that's huge. Huge. Anyways, I always take these turmeric shots because I don't work out. I need to find time. I will. I'm so busy. But this helps me. It helps me. Okay, so anywho, I'm going to have to get the baby ready, but so yes, the best friend is out of the picture now. Completely out of the picture. And so now I was taking care of my goddaughter was living with me. And I was taking care of her. And so he didn't like her. He did not. He didn't like her. She's a teenager, but like, God, how old was she at the time? I don't know, 12, 13. And he did not like her, and he definitely wanted her out of the picture. He would complain, saying that she was side-eyeing him, that she was rude, that he, if he was talking to her, that she wouldn't respond. And, you know, she's sassy. So some of the stuff that he said, I'm like, I could see like her doing that. But I should have known, because when I asked her, she made this face. Like, I could tell when she's lying, and then you can tell when she's not lying. And she just made this face like, what? Almost like, when did I do that? She's like, I always talk to him. Anywho, he wanted her out of the picture because what do you think he was trying to do? He was trying to move in with me. And I told him, I'm not moving. Like, I've never lived with a man before. Byron was my first, like, serious relationship as an adult. I have never been with anybody this long. I haven't. I've always been kind of picky. Obviously not picky enough, but picky and like, you know, next. Like, this person just is looking for a good time, or this person is lying. Even though he was lying to me the whole time, I don't know why I felt like it had nothing to do with me, but everything to do with him. And like, he was trying to protect himself for something, because he was talking about his trauma. So then he gives you like this whole story about his traumatic life. And I'm not gonna, I don't know how much I can speak on. He's a motivational speaker. Have y'all found his page on Instagram yet? Byron, have they found your page on Instagram yet, and how you're a motivational speaker to children? Have they found it? Y'all, please let me know in the comments. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. So anywho, yeah, he did not like her. He wanted her out of the picture because he wanted to move in with me. So he goes, I want to marry you. I know you're the one for me. You are the perfect woman for me, the perfect person. You make me feel safe. And I'm very protective, extremely. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. Like, I'm very protective, just how I am. So as soon as he said that, like, you make me feel safe, I'm like, oh my God, like, I have to make, like, again, it's manipulation. Automatically, I went into that protective mama bear mode. I defended him a lot. Yeah. So as soon as he said he wanted to marry me, I was like, well, then, I mean, you have to move in, because there's no way I'm going to marry you and not know who you are. And at this time, yeah, I'm still 35. Yeah, I'm still 35. So I was like, yes, okay, you're going to have to move in. You're just going to have to move in. So he was really like pushing like, oh, well, when is she going to move out? So I decided that I couldn't do it because her and I were having like, she was going through some things and it was a little too much for me to handle. So he was like really pushing like, oh, when is she gonna move out? And then he would say little things like, her family's just using you. They just want you for your money. Like, he would tell me all this crazy stuff. I'm like, no, I'm the one that said I wanted to take her and wanted her to move in with me. And you know, but he would just be planting little things, and he'll keep saying it to where you just kind of give in, you know, like you're tired of hearing it constantly, so you just give in. So yeah, so she ended up moving out. He moved in because he wants to marry me. I'm the one. Everything that I wanted, and I am the one for him. And he wants to marry me. So yes, we are going to be living together. We're going to be living together so I can figure out, like, is this it? So I'm at that time, he still had his apartment. So I'm like, well, okay, so if this doesn't work out, at least he still has his apartment. So I'm the one that figured out, like, okay, how do we get you to not have to pay for your apartment? We're going to put it on VRBO. So we really fixed it up. He took his little professional pictures and we put it on VRBO, and we made sure that thing was rented out every single month. Even if you didn't make any profit, I'm like, if you don't make any profit, whatever, as long as you're not paying the rent. And then I told him, because, you know, we're talking about finances, and I'm like, okay, how much debt do you have? He said he had only had $40,000. I'm like, okay, well, I got way more than that. So, because I don't know how to start. I mean, I've been in business for 10 years. This is my 10th year in business. And building business credit was like super confusing to me. And so a lot of my personal stuff is like tied into my business. So anyways, I got debt. So, but I would be able to pay off the majority of my debt within 6 months. If he paid all the bills, I could pay off my debt in 6 months. So majority of it. So I was like, okay, well, you don't have to pay me rent for a year. Yeah, I know, guys. I'm so nice. I'm just so nice and caring. And like, I was like, in it, we're a team. He told us that we're a team. And I when I would say I, he was like, no, not I, we. And then we had our own email address. We were the Hopkins. And he's saying I'm Mrs. Hopkins, even though we're not married yet. And he didn't propose yet. So, and we also had this BCH legacy. because both of our last names, same initial. And so B, Byron, Camille, H, Legacy. Okay? Like he really got our email addresses. And then he goes, we should have a shared account so that we can pay our bills through that. We can pay the bills through that if we have a shared account. And I'm like, how about I add you to one of my accounts? Because I wasn't that stupid. I was not about to add him to my main account. So I added him to like a credit union that I had, that I literally only used to like put my like some savings in, or like when I wanted to go on like a trip, I would like put money away on the side. And so that's what we would use that account to pay the bills out of. Alrighty. I have to figure out the key points because it's going to start getting a little deep. I'm kind of getting the flow here. I know my video started off kind of slow because I need to process and think about what I want to say. And I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I want to make sure I say all the right information. I actually have written out my entire story. But I just am picking and choosing what to say because it's long. If I have a conversation with someone about this, and I'm giving you guys way more details actually than I do in the conversations about him, it's like 3 hours. So this is probably like 5 hours long. So anywho, I'm going to get my little man ready so I can take him to school, and then I will video a little bit throughout the day, but I gotta make sure I get my doggies done and get them pampered and taken care of. So I will be back. Okay. We have Mr. Binks here. Isn't he so cute? It's the cutest little Yorkie. So like perfect face. We're gonna make him look beautiful. Okay, so obviously we're having like basic conversations before he even moved into my house. Let me backtrack a little bit. And I had asked him, well, okay, so when we found out about Paige and how he was engaged to her, my mom was doing her research. And so he wiped her off his social media, but she didn't wipe him off of hers. So, and then she was telling her story on her TikTok. So, my mom was following her the whole time, her whole journey, and getting very emotionally involved. And again, I didn't want to see any of it. I didn't. I wanted to stay in the dark. I didn't want to see any of it because he already explained everything to me. So I didn't want to see any of it. And so she was impressed by his engagement, how he did a flash mob, his proposal, how he did a flash mob proposal. And I'm like, Mom, I don't want to hear any of this stuff. I don't know how he proposed to her or how nice her ring was. And so she was trying to line up the timeline with what he told me. So she's lining up the timeline based on what he was telling me and based on what was on her page and her story. And for my mom, it wasn't adding up. She didn't like him. And I heard Paige's mama didn't like him either. So, my mom's definitely worried. I know she is. I know she's worried. But I'm just, what does she say? If you choose to put your head in the sand, that's what I did. Anywho, I would ask him, because he told me he went to UCLA. He said he went to UCLA or USC. And I think it's USC, because USC is by Felix. You guys, I think Felix the cat, the car dealership, I think that's USC. So that's where he told me he went to college. And I'm like, wow, like, when did you have time to do that? Because he also went to film school. So I was like impressed. I'm like, dang, like, how did you go to USC and you were living in Colorado and you were in the military and you went to film school? Like, and you had one kid. Told me he just had 2 kids. He had an older son and then he had his daughter, and that was it. So I was trying to figure it out. And he also put that on his LinkedIn profile that he had went to USC. I think I have a screenshot of that. I will find it because it's not on there anymore. So so he goes, oh, well, I went online. I graduated from USC online. So I was thinking like maybe he took like a business certificate program, some program or something that you could do it online. I mean, I don't know. I know a ton of y'all probably went to USC. So can you get a certificate online from USC? I don't think so. So, but I just ate it up. I was like, oh, okay. Because who would lie about that? Like, why would you lie about school? That didn't make sense to me. So he went to film school. So in 2016, he moved from Colorado to California. And so he left his wife, Samantha. Hey, girl. She may comment. You may see her comments on here. But he left his wife, Samantha, and moved out to California. And the way he did that was she comes home one day and her furniture is gone. Yes, gone. He rented an apartment in Colorado. He rented an apartment, got a U-Haul truck, and took her furniture. Took the furniture, left the kids' stuff. I think she told me that furniture, she's gonna have to correct me, but I think she told me that furniture, they were paying on it still. And so he took it. I guess it was new furniture. Maybe he talked her into buying new furniture knowing that he was gonna get a new apartment, and that way we'd have new stuff. That would be typical of him, like 100%. So, but she'll have to correct me. So anyways, and then she's co-signed on a car for him twice. So this is the second car. The other one, I can't remember what happened. I think it also got repossessed or something. I'm not sure. But the second car was like a Honda or something like that. And so, that's the car that he was driving. So she said that she would take the kids over there only maybe twice. He told me that he was feeding the kids because I was like, you moved? Like, he's like, yeah, we separated. She didn't know they were separating, but he was like, yeah, we separated. And, I would take the kids, take care of them and stuff at my house. And she told me that wasn't true. And she said he would not feed them. He had no food in his refrigerator. When I met him, he had no food in his fridge. And I was like ordering groceries at Walmart and sending it to his house at his apartment because he had enough just to pay for his rent and he didn't have enough to buy like food. So I was sending like grocery orders to his house. So anywho, so she said she would always have to feed the kids before she dropped them off. So so then all of a sudden he was gone. He was only at that place for 2 months because he got evicted. He got evicted because he couldn't pay he didn't pay the rent. So he got evicted and he took the car and drove it to California. And he ended up not even paying on that car. So that car ended up being in default and she couldn't afford, she was struggling. Like she was taking care of 4 people. Like they didn't let him re-enlist into the military. That's a whole nother story. And so he took the car and I guess he told me that he found something where he stayed at a house full of boys and all he had to do was drive them around and he was able to stay there for free. But then like not too long after, he met Van. We're gonna call her Van. She gave me permission to tell part of her story. He met Van and I guess her lease was up or coming up and he talked her into moving in with him. And so Van is absolutely gorgeous, curvy, Pacific Islander. And she was like down. She was helping him. He went to film school. She helped him. All these people calling me. She helped him get a job after film school. So she acted like she was his agent, and she helped him get a job. He was helping her pay rent because he got like a disability check from the military. So she was helping her pay rent. So this job that she helped him get was how he met Paige. So while he's with Van, he, was dating Paige. And so at this time, the car's in default. And Sam doesn't know like where the car is. They want to know where the car is. She's like, I don't know where the car is. He drove to California. So he ordered a pizza on her Papa John's account and put in his address. And so that's how she found out where he was. And she told people, and they went and got the car. So he comes out and the car is gone. He tells Van, my car got stolen. She had an extra car. So he never was without a car. He ended up driving her extra car. Again, this is like, it's not my story, so this may not be all 100% accurate as far as the timeline for stuff, but this is roundabout what happened. So, so she has a tracker on the car, and Van noticed that he was constantly like at this address, and he was at it often. This is after film school. So I'm like, you didn't like go down there? She's like, no, I just thought he was working. Like, I didn't know. And so the address was Paige's address. Overlapping relationships. Sound familiar? To be continued. Hey guys. I know that this is lengthy, but there's 25 years. He's been operating like this for 25 years. And it's not just, yes, baby. And it's not just my story, but it's other women's stories also that are intertwined. So I just have to be really like careful and mindful. Yes, love. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Just careful and mindful of when I tell this story. So please bear with me, but there's a lot of things involved, and it's not like, oh, I left him and that was it. No, there's like stuff after the fact, and there's women after the fact, and there's court cases and stuff after the fact, and some crazy other stuff that has been going on. And this is like a cycle. So if you guys could just bear with me, please. I'm trying to get out as fast as I can. And we're diving into like all the juicy, like deep things, or crazy things that happen. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. Now I'm about to be on my way home. When I get home, then I can record some more. But I do have one more video that I already recorded that I'm going to upload for you guys. So hopefully that'll hold you over for a little bit. Okay. I know you guys are saying I'm long-winded. So, all right. Okay, so we have a joint account. We're going back to me. That was a little bit about that. We know that he was cheating on Van with Paige, cheated on Paige with me. So you guys got Paige's story. I know he was dating Paige for at least 6 months while he was still with Van. So when she found out that he was cheating on her, I think he had moved some stuff out while she was away at work. And he took like her alkaline water machine, her TV, like all these things that he had moved into like my place with, like some of the stuff that he had or some of the stuff at his apartment is a collection from just the women that he's been with. Like he already makes his moves however many steps ahead, not too many steps ahead, but enough. And he makes sure that he takes what he wants. I wasn't playing that, please. The thing is, what do people say? Just listen and watch. And you know exactly what they're gonna do. I knew exactly what he was gonna do before I left him. So, we're not going there yet. Rewind. So I'm putting money into this account, our joint account. Do you think he's putting money into the joint account? No. What do you think he's doing? Spending it. Spending the money that I'm putting in there to pay his car note. I essentially was paying his car note. Not only did I help get the car, but I'm also paying the note because he kept getting calls because his payments were late. So I told him, I said, you're not putting any money in here. You're just spending it. So when he got his monthly check, he put $200 in there and told me, oh yeah, I deposited some money, but then he turned around and took it right back out. So one day I get a notification that $700 was taken from the account. And I was like, what in the world? And I was upset because it had been taken from the savings of our joint account. And so I was like, oh my God, this money got taken. Like, I don't even know why. Like, they said there was a lien on the account. And I'm just really, really upset because I'm trying so hard, to save and things like that. And at this time, we didn't have his daughter yet. We ended up getting custody of his daughter, but not yet. So I was really upset. I get a letter in the mail, and it says that the lien was taken out because of Byron being on my account. And I'm like, it says it's because of you. What do you have where you would have a lien on it? He's like, oh, it's probably something for my dad because, my dad used my social security number and opened up a bunch of accounts. And I'm like, oh my God, why? How can he do that? How can he? He's like, well, because our names are similar. And I'm like, okay. So randomly one day, he goes, I think I owe you this, and gives me the $700 back. Where did he get the money from? I'm not sure. So I have to go to so I've been going to the fertility doctor. This is my fertility story now. So I've been going to the fertility doctor. I've had issues since I was 22. Didn't know if I would be able to have kids. Didn't know if I would ever be a mom. It was an underlying thing that I low-key was depressed about. And so the age range that I was at the time was literally my last chance to be a mother. So I just was like, oh my God, I met my person. This is perfect. This is perfect. I still have time. I also was going to do IVF. So before I met Byron, I was going to do IVF and freeze my eggs. But if you understand IVF or know anything about it, it's still risky. My egg count was less than a 1. At 35, my egg count should have been an 11. And it was less than a 1. I only had 1 ovary left. Dermoids. I had a lot of issues. So I went to the fertility doctor and he does my tests, and Byron's with me, and he said, if you're going to do something, Camille, you're going to have to do it now. You're going to have to do it now. And my heart kind of dropped because I know the risks with freezing your eggs. When you unfreeze them, you have the risk of those eggs not making it. And if I have less than a 1 egg count, how many good viable eggs are they going to get from me? And whatever I freeze could possibly be when they be unviable during the thawing out process, and then I no longer have an egg count, and now I don't have any eggs, right? It was scary. It was a scary thing, a scary realization that I may not be able to be a mother. And so when he said that, I looked at Byron and he goes, why don't we have a baby for free? And then he told me he had super sperm. And I'm like, really? Really? Yeah, you want to do it? And he was like, yeah. And so then before I made my decision, I'm like, it's you and me, right? We're going to do this. We're going to build this. We're going to be a power couple, because I've always wanted to be with someone I could be a power couple with. And so he was like, yeah, it's you and me. When I look back, when I asked him that question, his head was down and he hesitated. He looked hesitant. He did. But the thing is, he told me what I wanted to hear. And that's what I ran with. And so we proceeded to try to get pregnant for 4 months. And so my son is my miracle baby. I wouldn't have, I wanted to be married. He told me he wanted to marry me. And I'm like, okay, well, we're going to have a baby first. Like, because to get married, like, we have to, like, get rings. We have to, like, I don't want to do courthouse. Like, I want to actually have, like, a wedding. And so we don't have time for that. Like, the baby's going to have to come first. So that's what we did. And then I began my pregnancy journey. And we will talk about that. I hope this is fast enough for you guys. I hope this is fast enough. I don't like talking too fast because you won't be able to understand me. So next one will be my pregnancy journey. Hey, y'all. I know, but things are happening and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm about to post this message. So this is from another post and it's on Facebook. Oh my God. It's just too much. It's too much. I can only imagine how many people are about to come out of the woodworks, and I really need to hurry up and finish posting the rest of my story because the ish is insane. I'm going to finish taking my shower so I can record. Stay tuned. Hey, y'all. Okay, so his daughter came to visit over the summer. This is my first time meeting her. And he told me that he couldn't tell her mom, and this is the woman that he's married to, that he has a girlfriend. And so that he's going to tell her that I'm his Aunt Camille. And so I was just like, okay, because he was like, she won't send her if I tell her. So I was like, okay, no problem. So she came to visit for 2 weeks and things were great. Like we went to Disney, we went to like Legoland or SeaWorld. And of course I paid for everything. And I also had to buy her a new wardrobe because when her mom sends her, I think it's just a way to get him to buy her clothes because she sends her in stuff that's like too small. So I had to buy her a whole new wardrobe. And so she had fun. She was super sweet. And her and her dad just like played video games and stuff like that. So, and she went back home. Everything was good. So, but during that time, he was also using my credit cards. And I asked him, I'm like, don't use my credit cards. Those are my cards. And he was like, well, I thought, we're a team and what's basically like what's mine is his. I was like, no, those are my cards. If you want, if you just use your own cards. Yeah. So at this time I did end up putting him on as an authorized user. I think I don't know if I did it before or after he was using my credit cards, but I put him on I did it after. I put him on as an authorized user and it boosted his credit score. So he was able to get approved for cards. So he started getting like lower limits, like $500 limits. And so, but I had locked my cards because even after I asked him not to use my cards, he was still using them. And I just knew that I couldn't trust him. So I always kept my cards locked. I had like an extra wallet with cards that I don't use. He was going into that wallet and literally using all of my cards. And he would do small transactions. Some were like maybe a couple hundred. So yeah, even my Target card, he would use my Target card. And I loved Tabitha Brown. And he would, if he bought me anything, he would be using like my money to buy me things. So I essentially was buying stuff for myself. So one day my mom called me. This is like in the beginning of our relationship. And she goes, I have to shut down the Home Depot card for fraud because someone's been buying a bunch of gift cards on it. And I'm like, what? She's like, have you been buying gift cards? I'm like, no, I don't buy gift cards on Home Depot card. So, she was like, yeah, I'm going to have to talk to the fraud department. So the lady at the fraud department said that whoever's using it, because this person had bought like $300 worth of like gift cards at one time. And so she said whoever's using it is using a military discount. So when my mom heard that, she told the lady not to report it as fraud because she knew exactly who it was. So she ends up telling me, and I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. So I asked him, and of course he denied it. And then, but my mom, I mean, that's all she needed to know. So she was like, well, you can't use this card. Like, you have to close this card down. So he was buying like GameStop cards, and he was buying cards for like his PlayStation and stuff like that. Probably gift cards to go take other women out, you know, on dates and things like that. So I don't know. I'm like, you didn't have to pay rent for a year. You get like 15, 18. He even got his military pay increase for disability. Like, what are you doing with your money? Like, why are you using my money? It just, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I have no idea what he was doing with it. I don't know. So this is exhausting, you guys. I'm sorry. And I'm tired, but, yeah, so he's using my money, and yeah, I know I can't trust him. He did the Home Depot card, and he would just use my Target card to buy stuff all the time. Always using the Target card to get things. Yeah. Okay, so the next video is going to be about my pregnancy announcement, my baby announcement. So before I tell my pregnancy story, the reason why the daughter's mom didn't want, well, when it sent her, if she found out that he had a new girlfriend, is because almost every 2 years he has like a new supply. So, and he introduces his daughter to these new women all the time. So she ends up getting attached because we all spoiled her. We spoiled her. We bought her new clothes. Took her to go get her nails done. You know, I've gotten her hair braided. Because she's biracial. Her mom is white. So, and I can't do little girls' hairs. I just can't. I was happy to have a boy. I wanted to be a boy mom so bad because I've never been good with doing hair. Not even my own hair. My hair was short, like super short for 11 years. Super cute. Everyone thought I either looked like Rihanna or Shawnee O'Neal. I would get that all the time. Before I went ahead and grew out my hair naturally curly, and then I did locks. But anywho, yeah, so that's why she didn't want her daughter being introduced to any more women, because it's like abandonment almost, right? So she would her mom is the one that had to deal with that and help her through that loss. So that's why she didn't want her introduced to anybody new. But I didn't know that. I was just like, what do you mean? Like, I'm great. Like, she's in great hands. But that's why I found that out obviously later. So my pregnancy. So I really wanted to go to Hawaii for Christmas. At this time, there's a rift between my mom and I that Byron caused. And so her and I aren't like, we're kind of shaky. So I really didn't want to be home for the holidays because like no one really liked him. So I was like, I really want to go to Hawaii so bad. Like I really want to go to Hawaii for Christmas. So there's this site that I absolutely love called redweek.com. It's where people rent out like their timeshares. So I was able to find for 4 days in Hawaii during Christmas. I think we got there like on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. No, we got there on the 23rd and we left like on the 26th. and it was only $1,500. Yes, baby. No, there's not a monster. Do you want to put your towel on? Okay. Here. No. Let me get a towel. So I was able to go, we were able to go to Hawaii for my baby moon, for like $1,500. Lay down. And it was great. And he wanted to go ziplining. So I paid for him to go ziplining. Again, all on my dime. Like, he didn't help pay for anything. So we did 4 days in Kauai, and we stayed at the Marriott. And then we did 3 days in Oahu. I don't really care for Oahu. I mean, I guess it's great if you really like to shop. I'm not really like a big shopper like that, but I at least wanted to do like the pineapple museum. I think it's called Dole Pineapple Museum. And then they have like Turtle Beach. And so I enjoy those parts of Oahu. And Byron has never been to Hawaii. So I love to travel. And when I met him, that was his thing. He said he loved to travel too. But then I find out that he owed child support. And if you owe more than $2,000 of child support, you cannot get a passport. If you already have a passport, you're fine until it expires. You can't renew it. But if you try to apply for a passport, if you owe more than $2,000, you cannot get a passport. So I love to go to the Caribbean. Like, I love to go to the Caribbean. I really wanted to go to Punta Cana. That was like my next destination trip, and I couldn't go. So, we went to Hawaii, which is great. Like, Hawaii's great. So, and he'd never been. So I was like, yeah, let's just go. And he enjoyed himself thoroughly. He really did. So, I paid for him to go ziplining. And again, I paid for everything, literally everything. He did, is that trip? Yeah, he did buy me, because he bought me Christmas gifts. He got me like a duffel bag from Tote and Carry, which is Black owned. I like their stuff. And then he got me like this necklace that said my son's name and then mom. So that made me cry. I'm not a very emotional person, so it takes a lot to get me to like cry. Even this whole situation, I haven't really cried a lot about it. I only cried like here and there. Yes, baby, I'm putting a diaper on. So he loves to get like reactions from people. Loves it. So it really makes him feel good. So I broke down and was crying when I saw that necklace, because it's like, I really am going to be a mom, So we do a really cute photo shoot at that particular hotel in Kauai before we went to Oahu. And he put the videos and stuff together. I will upload that on here. I think I can do that. So he put the video and all that stuff together, and we ended up on the day before we were supposed to leave. I had to have a talk with him, because I had been asking him like to help out more financially. And so I was expressing how important it was for me to be able to have my time to stay home with the baby when the baby's born. That at this time I'm like 4 months pregnant. And so I'm like, okay, we have like, five more months before the baby is due. And so I really needed him to step up and like find a job, because he wasn't making any money with his photography stuff. And anytime he like had something like a gig, he would tell me how to do it for free. So I'm asking him to find a job. So anyways, so we end up having this conversation like the night before we're supposed to leave. And he gets so upset, and he was like, you ruined the trip. He's like, why couldn't you just wait to tell me this when, we got home? And so, because I was crying when I was telling him about how important it was for me to be able to stay home with my son. Like very, very, very important for me to be able to bond with him and stay home with him and have my time to just, be with the baby. But I can't do that if he doesn't go get a job. And he didn't like the conversation at all. He didn't like the conversation at all. So we, yes, so I'm going to post this. I'm going to show you the video that he made of our baby announcement. And then I'll tell you what happened after that. Yes, after the baby announcement is when I started getting the messages. Okay, so I'm about to show you guys the little baby announcement video that Byron had made. So he had hid me on social media. He didn't post me at all on his, because his is public. All my stuff was private. Instagram, private, and Facebook. So when we were doing the baby announcement, I was like, no, I want to like post this. Like, this is my miracle baby. Like, I want the world to know that I'm pregnant. So you're going to need to post it on yours too, right? Because again, he's never posted me. I think he posted me on his Facebook because it was private, but on his Instagram, no. So I asked him, like, oh, are you sure? Like, can Samantha see your post? And he was like, no, like, your page. He was like, no, like, I blocked her. I said, okay. I'm like, yeah, so we're going to need to post it. And that's when the messages started. Very similar to what's happening to his girlfriend right now. I've known who she was since October. I just haven't reached out because, again, I know when someone reached out to me, it was Samantha that reached out to me. That didn't go so well. And just my reaction, it was too much really to wrap my head around. And so I get it. Like, obviously, like, I was, you just cannot believe that this person that you chose to spend your life with is like not who you think he is. You can't like fathom that. Even though, again, there's all these red flags, you just can't. You just can't. So I don't blame her at all. Like, no one needs to be judgmental, and you don't know like what she's going through. I know what she's going through, and Paige knows what she's going through, and Samantha knows what she's going through, and Van knows what she's going through, and Britt knows what she's going through, because we've all been there. But we all woke up. So definitely I wouldn't say, oh, she's going to stay because she's going to think that she's last unicorn. Like, no, but you know what? Actually, I can relate to that, because when my mom was telling me, like, wanting to show me Paige's videos and things, I told her, I said, Mom, I know he probably didn't break up with these girls the right way, but it's different with me. I did say that. I said, I have a better version of him. I forgot I told her that. That's exactly what I said. I said, I have a better version of him, Mom. I have a better version, even though he's a guy. Like, I'm sure he didn't break up with them the right way, but it's different with me, right? Because he told me he felt safe with me, that I was like his perfect person, the perfect woman for him. So yeah. Okay, guys, yes, the last unicorn. But that was in the beginning, and she's been with him. His girlfriend now has been with him for 2 years. So it's not the same scenario here at all. Like, she's way past that cloud 9. I know she's stressed out. I know it. So anywho, here's the video that he put together for our baby announcement. And then we will talk about the messages. One thing I noticed is these videos upload faster at night. So I'm going to stay up with you guys for another hour. Enjoy.
It's rated X. That means you're extra, extra, extraordinary.
Crazy, right? It's child. I cannot with all that's going on with the story, but it continues. Like I said, there's also an update. So we're going to continue on. This video's getting long enough. I'm going to go ahead and cut it short here, but I'll try to get the other one uploaded and out to you guys today as well. But y'all let me know what y'all think of this in the comment section. Let's keep the conversation going, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Listen, I like chocolate girl, all shades, different flavors. She a diamond and a pearl. She a goddess with a mentor, yeah. Cinnamon swirl. She relate to what I've been through, yeah.